what do you see would be that impact in that black swan? Everybody decides to ban crypto, and what would be the impact of that crash in the traditional market? Like, what would be the follow-on impact?
I mean, the question then becomes this, though, is will traditional markets lead crypto or crypto lead traditional markets? I think coming from a traditional space, one of the interesting things is over the last 1 year, it's not so much about crypto, it's about the concept of printing money. It's fiscal policy, right? And literally speaking, that has led to S&P highs, bond yields close to zero. And as a subset, people then look, what's the next investment they look at? Now, if there was an outright ban on crypto, let's say globally, the fact of the matter is crypto has two different markets. Yes, there will be a crash of sorts, but it does have two different types of investors. You really have the people who buy it because they believe in it. That is something that's really interesting that some markets just don't have. So yes, will it crash? Will it trade sideways, be boring? Yeah, maybe there's that chance. Will it go away because of something like that? Probably not, is the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm going to hazard another price out there, and I don't think you'll go to zero because I agree with CJ in the sense that there are like different like investors and participants in this network. What you'll see that I think is quite interesting is that it's where there are some countries where the government isn't really trusted, or like the institutional framework is not built out there. You can see some government where like people are underbanked and things like that. So and there's no way for these governments because they just don't have the technological capability to be able to regulate it, or like to even like enforce anything. So you'll start to see all these things flourish in like the underdeveloped markets, especially those places that are underbanked. So yes, there will be a crash, but it won't go to zero because there'll be all these use cases where like government framework is not very good overall. As CJ also kind of alluded to it as well, that even if the developed world, if they continue to print money and things like that, and it's gonna be hard, finding out who owns a smart wallet and things. I mean, or just a regular wallet, that it still could recover from that crash and like continue to be a store of value if everybody thinks that's the only safe thing that I can have. Because if you think about it, gold, like most of the gold is also still in like in some warehouse in London overall. So it's still held by institutional people overall. And if people want to self-custodize, then it's you can't force them to not do that. Yeah.